Hello, Exterior Champions, and thank you for joining me for today's episode of Xcelerate Unplugged with Shawn Redford. Today, we're going to be talking about business planning. It happens to be the start of the year, but I don't think business planning has to be done at the beginning of the year. In fact, business planning, as far as I'm concerned, isn't a one and done activity. I mean, it's something that you should be reviewing on a regular basis. I mean, as a business owner, a well-crafted business plan not only serves as a roadmap, but also a strategic tool to help you thrive by understanding your market, setting clear objectives, and implementing effective strategies so that you can meet the needs of your clients. It's proven that businesses that plan and regularly review their plans grow 30% faster. So, if you're looking to accelerate your business, stay tuned. Let's talk about business planning. So before we get into the aspects that I believe should go into a plan, I'd like to actually cover a couple of things. First of all, I've created a document. If you don't already have a business plan template to use, I've created one for Exterior agents to use. It'll be in the back office, or you can always email me directly at shawn.redford@exteriorheadoffice.ca. Before we get started, I do want to give you a quote. A great quote that I think relates to what we're going to be talking about today is, "A goal without a plan is just a wish." Antoine de Saint-Exupéry said that. And I mean, I think we can all agree it's quite true. So I want to give you some stats just to justify the fact that this isn't theory, right? This business planning actually leads to incredible results. So here are the stats. 83% of the world's population do not have goals. People with goals are 10 times more likely to succeed. 80% of advisors earning greater than $1 million have a plan, and 7% earning less than $75,000 a year have a plan. People with written goals are 42% more likely to succeed than people with unwritten goals. 70% of people who share their goals with a friend or family accomplish their goal, compared to 35% who keep it to themselves. And the important thing here, and this is, I think, one of the great attributes of Exterior, is the community, the camaraderie, the fact that we all work as teams. Please make sure to share your plans with your team, with your executive directors, with your peers, because it'll help you stay accountable to your plan. A couple other stats: people that set actionable tasks and report the progress to a supportive peer achieve their goal 40% faster. And last, 90% of people perform better with relevant and challenging goals. Now, there's a lot of different ways to set up a plan, a business plan that is. And one of the most common theories for goal setting is the SMART method. And I don't know if you've heard of the SMART method. It's an acronym, and SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Now, for our purposes, I'd like to go a couple steps further. I'd actually like to make our business plans smarter. So why don't we add an E and an R? So the E is going to be evaluate. It is really important to review your plan on a regular basis. I would suggest that you review it weekly and then reevaluate it on a monthly basis, just to make sure that you are keeping on track. And maybe modify the goal. Maybe you're achieving your goals at a faster pace. Increase that level of difficulty for yourself. Challenge yourself. And then finally, the R stands for reward. How are you going to reward yourself for your success? Sometimes a pat on the back is going to be good enough. Maybe you should call your colleague and brag about the fact that you accomplished your goal. Not only will it help you, it'll keep you motivated. It'll create a dopamine hit in your own brain. But you know what else it's going to do? It's probably going to motivate that other individual. The fact that you're talking about your ability to achieve your goals is going to inspire them. And maybe you can work as a team to help inspire each other going forward. So remember those smarter goals. A common question that I get is, how should I plan my week? We're entrepreneurs. It's challenging to manage all aspects of your business as an entrepreneur, especially if you're part-time. But as an entrepreneur, you are the CEO, the president, the chief financial officer, the administrative department, the tech department, reception. You're wearing every single hat, not to mention trying to juggle keeping on top of tax and regulatory changes, product changes, carrier, new product additions, all sorts of things, marketing ideas. Everything is on your shoulders. How do you manage your time? Well, a common and very popular method is what's called the bullet journal method by Ryder Carroll. If you'd like to look it up, feel free to go ahead. I'm just going to give you a quick 5-point overview that doesn't have to get into a lot of detail. It's relatively easy, but it's worked for me and hopefully it'll work for you as well. So the first point that Ryder talks about is taking a mental inventory. And in fact, he's got a great quote. I'm going to read it to you. The first step to recovering from decision fatigue, to get out from under the pile of choices weighing on you, is to get some distance from them. So, how do you relieve yourself of that fatigue? You unload the burden from your mind. Write it down, whether you use Microsoft's OneNote or some contact management tool or just an old-fashioned piece of paper. Get that memory dump down off of your mind so that you can unburden that responsibility. Take that responsibility off your shoulders and maybe do it on a regular basis. I would suggest maybe every Friday. It's a good opportunity for you to review the week that you've had. Hopefully you're able to take the weekend off. I know that's not reasonable for some of us, but if you are able to take the weekend off, then you don't have to worry about carrying that burden, that load over to the following week. So try to do that every Friday. The next is time blocking. It's become really popular over the last number of years. And what Ryder Carroll says about time blocking is time blocking adds 2 motivational ingredients to a task you've been putting off: structure and urgency. I love it because it really gives you a time frame to complete a task. So if you say that you are going to do, I don't know, a podcast, you block off that hour, that's it. You've got to get it done. You've got to be prepared and organized, and you've got that 60-minute time frame to get that done. And when you're done, the relief that it brings you, the structure and the fact that it's over with allows you to focus on the next task, the next activity. Not to mention just check it off. And that there's a feel good emotion, and again, it's a dopamine hit that happens when you check off things from the checklist. You feel like you've accomplished something, you've won, and we're all winners here at Xcelerate. Number 3 is morning reflection. And I mean, this might sound hokey, and it doesn't have to be a meditation or anything, but give yourself 5 to 15 minutes to kind of set your day up for hopefully massive successes. You know, go over the tasks that you want to accomplish, understand why they're important to you so that you can get inspired and excited about them, and then get the day started. And then finally, many suggest that you should imagine yourself completing the task, getting it done. Visualization is a very important success strategy. A lot of athletes use visualization. That's why you'll see, you know, in basketball, the basketball player, when they're about to take a free throw, they'll kind of practice how they're going to shoot it. Before they shoot, they're going to go through the motions and they actually see the ball going through the net. Or a batter in baseball, before he steps up to the plate, he's taking a couple swings, imagining making contact with the ball, driving through the ball in the direction that he wants to do it. Visualization is a very important strategy for success. Next is evening reflection. And what Ryder Carroll says about that is reflection helps identify what nourishes you so you can make better decisions as you seed the next season of your life. This exercise helps you unwind and unburden your mind. It allows you to review the tasks that you've accomplished that day. Understand, why were they important? Why were you doing it? Should you continue to do these tasks, especially if they're repetitive tasks, things that you do on a daily or weekly basis? And then finally, why is it a priority? Because sometimes we recognize as life gets busier, life gets more complicated, that maybe things aren't as much of a priority as they used to be. So you can change your plan as you go. Again, A business plan of any sort, or a plan of any sort rather, is not a static document. It's not a static strategy. It's going to change as you do. And then the last thing, and I don't know, this it's harder to do, I think, for some people, but it is to celebrate. Celebrate your victories. Actually, Ryder Carroll says celebrating your victories isn't just about patting yourself on the back. It trains you to identify positive moments, which allows you to discover and enjoy more of them. As I've said a couple of times, our brains really do love dopamine. We need those hits. So celebrate every task as you accomplish them. And the bigger the achievement, maybe the bigger the reward. If you achieve a huge milestone, treat yourself and your family, especially your family who's been there to support you, who's hopefully been very understanding as you've been building your business, taking time away from the family for their benefit. Take them on a vacation, buy a nice treat, take them out for a dinner. It doesn't have to be, really extravagant, but I think the celebration should be comparable to the achievement that you've accomplished. I think the exercise of business planning shouldn't only focus on the business. I think there's a really important aspect to looking at your life more holistically. And so in the document that I've created for everybody, I've thrown in some ideas. Again, it's up to you. It's your business. It's your life. But you might want to consider setting goals for health and wellness, your relationships in your life, family, your spiritual goals, maybe intellectual goals. Outside of your business, the activities that you do will add passion and energy and allow you, I think, to become more successful in your business as well. Now, we're all motivated by different things. Some of us are motivated by money. Some of us are motivated by affirmations or getting recognition. And that's a big reason why Xperia loves to recognize our champions for their accomplishments. Things like using the rings for the $100,000 ring earners or the $250,000 ring earners, the promotions to various levels, whether it's going from financial associates to senior financial associates or managers or executive directors, etc. Recognition plays a big part in people's affirmations and excitement and motivation. So understand what's important to you, what motivates you. I think it's really important for us to recognize the importance of passion and being passionate about what it is that we're doing, because passion is energy. Feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you. That is what's going to continue to drive you. I think before you can plan for the future, it really is important to look at where you've come from. So start your business plan by looking at your performance last year. What did you accomplish? What were the key activities that you did? Is there anything that you'd like to change? Are there any shortcomings in the strategies in what it was that you did last year? Are you able to hopefully document what you did? So in our business, how much premium did you do in life or living benefits? How many investment assets did you accumulate? If you really want to be creative, break down the sales that you did so that you can better understand where your income is coming from, which clients that you're talking to, and is that where you want to be focusing your attention going forward? What products are you selling? Are you selling enough products? Are there new products that you'd like to add to your toolkit to help you achieve your goals going forward? Who are your top clients? There's that Pareto principle, the idea that 80% of your revenue comes from 20% of your clients. So I think it's really important to do a diagnostic on your business. Look at your client base. Try to identify your top 10 clients. Ideally, I think it's important for you to look at all of your clients. Look for commonalities between them. Are there what I like to call nests in your book of business, individuals who are similar to one another? Maybe you've got a business that is comprised of a number of doctors or teachers or electricians or other tradespeople. Ask yourself why. What is it that has attracted those types of individuals to you? Because maybe for whatever reason, you've got some affinity for them. And probably you've got easier access to them than perhaps you're aware of. Figure that out. Identify what the reasons are for you creating these nests in your book of business. And maybe then you should, well, either focus your marketing initiatives on becoming an expert in that area and starting to market yourself as a specialist to those types of individuals, getting in their trade magazines, going to their trade association events, or just using LinkedIn to direct market to those types of individuals. But I think it's really important to look at your top clients and understand, how did you get those clients? Are they your ideal target clients? And if so, how can you replicate them over and over and over again? Where did they come from? Who referred them to you? Or how did you uncover them and make them a client? What were some of the sales strategies that you used? Did you use email marketing campaigns? Did you use seminars or webinars? Did you just ask for leads and referrals? What was your success rate on asking for referrals? Are you actively asking for referrals? I know there's a lot of apprehension from people to ask for referrals, but believe it or not, there's a lot more apprehension for people giving referrals. So, not in this episode, but I think in a future episode, what I will talk about is how to create a referral mindset specifically. How can you train yourself and your clients to feel a responsibility for you to ask for referrals and for them to give you referrals? I think there is, well, rather, I know there are strategies to make sure that that happens. Now, many of you are builders. You're building agencies. So just as you went through the exercise of looking at your top clients, you should be looking at your top agents. Again, where did they come from? What makes them a top client, or rather, a top agent? Are they perhaps more productive? Did they bring you the most enjoyment? Are they not a PITA? For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a pain in the blank. Or maybe these are individuals that you see the most potential in. Whatever the reason, why are they your top agent, and how did they come to be in your hierarchy? Now, understand you don't have to go through your business plan from A to Z, from beginning to end. You can do it in pieces, but I would encourage you, if you're not going to, spend a day or two or three, however long it takes to actually do your business plan from beginning to end, it's really important for you to book time into your calendar to make sure that you make time to work on your business and not in your business. It is so important. As I already said, business owners are 40% more successful if they have a plan. So make sure that you block that time off. And in the document that I've created for you, it goes through a SWOT analysis, which is strengths, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats. That's really challenging for a lot of people. I would suggest that's probably the last thing that you do. Just get the plan in motion, start working on it. You can always tweak it later on. And then you can go through that SWOT analysis over the course of the year to identify what are the strengths or weaknesses in your businesses? What are the opportunities that you might want to address? And again, what are the threats? How can you protect your business from loss of revenue, changes in the economy, changes in your client demographic, whatever it happens to be? And I think the last thing that I want to talk about regarding planning is make sure that you set some professional development goals beyond the business, because I think it's really important to constantly be improving ourselves. So whether that's doing another course or another license, maybe joining a mastermind group or creating a mastermind group, surrounding yourself with people that are going to motivate you, inspire you, or educate you. Maybe you want to work on your presentation skills, your public speaking skills. There are so many resources available to you, whether it's books, audiobooks, YouTube videos, or the incredible leaders and resources that you have at Xcelerate Financial Group. So make sure that you focus on personally developing yourself every single year. And I think a great quote to emphasize that point was Maya Angelou, who said, "I did then what I knew how to do. Now that I know better, I do better." Hopefully we can all strive to continuously do better. As I said off the top, I wasn't going to go through all of the components of a business plan today. The resources are available to you on our back office, or rather they will be soon, or you're always welcome to email me at shawn.redford@experiorfinancialgroup.com. I'd be happy to send it to you. Talk to your leaders, talk to your executive director who's there to help you grow in your business. And on that note, if there's anything else that you require to allow you to achieve the levels of success that you're looking for, don't hesitate to send me an email, reach out. I'd be happy to help. Thank you again for tuning into this episode of Xcelerate Unplugged with Shawn Redford. Create a great day. Thanks for watching Xcelerate. I have another great video right here, so check it out. And remember, Experior Financial Group is about real people, real ownership, and real change. Let us help you accelerate your growth.